sun is blue!
Before movies sucked. As Father's Day came and went, it occurred to me that there didn't seem to be many dad-friendly movies around these days, and even fewer associated with the annual celebration of Father's Day. And, okay, sure, there's no mention of Father's Day in this Jim Carrey comedy, but the overall theme of a father recognizing the love for his only son, that the bond between a father and son is something to be cherished and fought for. Jim Carrey's portrayal brings these themes to the fore as his character is confronted with the need to change or lose his son forever. Wrap that up in a crazy Jim Carrey comedy, and I present to you a perfect Father's Day movie for all sorts of families and kids of all ages. Released in 1997, this film took a different approach to Jim Carrey's outlandish comedy style, introducing him as a confident, clever, and capable man, comfortable in his own skin, and successful at what he does. In many respects, you could almost say a normal, everyday kind of guy. Unfortunately, what he does for a living is something that most people tolerate as a necessary evil. He's a high-priced lawyer looking to become a partner at one of those ethically shady, morally ambiguous law firms that cater to the wealthy and privileged, willing to pay top dollar for any interpretation of the law that would favor them above all. In other words, he gets paid to lie, and he's damn good at it. Whether it's a partial truth, half-truth, or a flat-out lie, it's all in the phrasing and the delivery, and we see several examples in quick succession that reveal the only thing he has trouble with speaking is the whole truth. While this talent may serve him well in the courtroom, it has made a shambles of his home life, as in, he doesn't have one. His obsession with his career and the multitude of lies he's told along the way have already cost him his marriage, and, while he might not recognize it, he's close to losing his son along with any happiness and stability that comes with having loved ones nearby. So, Jim's chasing his career, his son's birthday is coming up, and it's a big one. And we also find out that Jim's ex-wife has a new guy, and while he may not be the crazy fun guy Jim is, he's stable, sincere, successful. His only problem is he's a little boring. But he's also looking to get serious with their relationship. So now Maura, the ex-wife, has the difficult decision of staying close to fun but unreliable Jim or moving to Boston with Mr. Boring, knowing the distance would likely devastate the relationship between Jim and their son. What to do? Fortunately, with the power of a child's innocence and unwavering love, combined with the magic of movies and imagination, we're given a solution. After narrowly avoiding the embarrassment of forgetting his son's birthday, and even after getting an ultimatum to shape up or his wife and son will ship out to Boston, Jim is confronted with the career opportunity he's been waiting for: win the case and become a partner at the firm. This last fateful decision begins a cascade of consequences designed to teach Jim the full evil of his ways and put him back on the family-focused path of love and stability. It's the son, you see, who misses his father so much, who is so disappointed that his father lied again and failed to show for his birthday party. The power of this sadness, focused on this one birthday wish.
I wish that for only one day Dad couldn't tell a lie.
This longing for the father figure to change his ways is granted as only the miraculous magic of movies can do it. In true comedy fashion, no time is wasted in granting this wish, and Jim's world of deceit comes tumbling down around him. The spell reveals itself when the casual lies, normally so easily spoken, are now replaced with the unvarnished truth. At first he's surprised by the words coming out of his mouth, and struggles to reason why he finds himself incapable of speaking even the slightest deception. This is a huge problem for an attorney whose next big must-win court case requires him to lie to succeed.
I can't lie!
Commendable, Mr. Reed, but I'm still waiting to hear good cause. Now, do you have one or not?
Not!
Motion for continuance denied.
Now the liar has to use the truth to cover the fact that he can't lie anymore. It's an interesting conundrum, and one he goes to great lengths to try to resolve.
The color of this pen is
As his day unravels, he's able to zero in on the problem and even discovers the cause. In one of the more touching and sincere scenes in the movie, Jim asks his son to unwish the wish so he can win the case, but his son can't do it. He tries, but ultimately says flat out that he doesn't want his father to lie anymore. It's moments like these where Jim Carrey shows an actor's restraint and helps the audience to not only sympathize with the boy, but also recognize that Jim still hasn't quite gotten the message. While he pleads with his ex not to leave, he's still clinging to his old familiar deceptive ways. He's already used all of his chances, and now, no matter what he says, his actions have to prove his sincerity. Did I mention this was set in Los Angeles? That's important because this movie leans into some of the more unsavory stereotypes from the West Coast. Jim Carrey is a sleazy yet expensive attorney negotiating the divorce settlement of a cheating gold digger versus her much older multi-millionaire corporate executive. This guy, aside from appearing a bit dumb, is otherwise fairly sympathetic. He has to be to help shock Jim into full recognition of his own family slipping away as the wins and losses of this divorce court drama play out before him. Now, I'll admit, the end does get pretty crazy, but who cares? It's meant to be fun, and it's meant to show just how far a father is willing to go to fight for their children. I know a lot of women who would have said, "Forget it, Jim, you had your chance, we're going to Boston and I'll tell you where to send the child support once we get settled." But these were happier times in a not quite so cynical Hollywood. I don't think I totally spoiled the ending there, but I am going to say this one makes me sentimental sometimes, and I recommend it to everyone, not simply as another example of Jim Carrey's comedic expertise, but also because it has good intentions, a simple message, and a happy ending. If you've never seen it, or it's been a while, I urge you to get a copy for your collection, and consider, if you have the opportunity, sharing this with your family on Father's Day. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the day.
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.